In a world ruled by headlines and half-truths, sometimes the loudest wars are never fought on the battlefield. They're fought in boardrooms, in secret chambers, and in the silence between two shaking hands. For over 4 decades, we've watched the same performance: the United States versus Iran, democracy versus dictatorship, good versus evil. That's the story we've been sold. But stories are written by those in power, and this one has too many plot holes. The missiles never fully land, the peace talks never fully collapse, and the enemies, they always survive. What if I told you the war isn't real? What if the conflict is the cover? A carefully crafted illusion designed to maintain global control. Because every time tensions rise, markets shake, oil spikes, military spending surges, and behind the chaos, deals are made, quietly, profitably, permanently. Let's go back. In 1980, the Iran-Iraq War erupted, and in the background, who was arming Saddam Hussein's forces while pretending neutrality? Fast forward to 2003. The U.S. invades Iraq, claiming weapons of mass destruction. None were found, but contracts were signed, oil flowed, and power shifted. You see, the Middle East has always been more than a region. It's been a chessboard, and the U.S. has always been several moves ahead, not fighting for peace, but positioning for power. Iran became the perfect piece. Loud, defiant, unpredictable. The ultimate villain to justify every action. But villains can be useful. What if the U.S. needs Iran? Not to defeat, but to sustain. Every time tension flares up, military funding increases. Allies stay loyal. Weapons contracts are signed. And every time a peace deal is teased, markets stabilize, oil prices settle. The illusion of control is restored. It's a loop, a pattern, a system. And then, there's Israel, the closest ally, the loudest voice against Iran. What if the U.S. is quietly stepping away? A strong Israel was once useful, but today, a deal with Iran could mean influence across the entire Islamic world. A quieter Middle East, a new balance of power. One built on silence, not loyalty, choosing oil over oaths. In the game of nations, friendships are expendable. In war, betrayal is not personal, it's strategic. Let's look at the signs. Iran's nuclear sites are always monitored, but never destroyed. Secret talks in Vienna resume, again and again. Even after drone strikes, backchannels stay open. Doesn't sound like enemies. Sounds like business partners, keeping up appearances. And where there's confusion, there's control. The average citizen sees chaos. But behind closed doors, the world's future now is being negotiated by men you'll never meet, in rooms you'll never enter. So, what if the US and Iran made a secret deal years ago? What if the enemies we fear are just actors on a stage? What if the threats are rehearsed? Look at the broader picture. Every time Iran is attacked, it survives. Every time Israel reacts, it's left exposed. And every time America intervenes, the military industry grows stronger. Coincidence or coordination? Think about Afghanistan. 20 years of war, billions spent, thousands of lives lost. And then, one day, silence, a quiet exit. And all that remained were contracts, ruins, and confusion. What if Iran is next? What if the US isn't planning to defeat Iran, but to reshape it? Quietly, slowly, from within. We don't claim to know the full truth, but we do know one thing: in geopolitics, nothing is as it seems. Allies lie, enemies shake hands, and people are just spectators in a show they didn't buy tickets for. So next time you hear the words war, danger, terror, ask yourself, who profits, who wins, and who is behind the curtain? You weren't meant to know these things, but now you do. Behind the veil is a world built on illusion, silence, and calculated chaos. Don't believe us. Believe the patterns. Believe the history. Believe your gut. Subscribe and question everything.